This is the story behind Grimace. Grimace was born on June 12 in 1972. Although he appears to have a very friendly character, there's a dark secret behind the monster. And that's where the video is primarily about. To be fair, there's a huge TikTok trend about the Grimace shake. When they drink the Grimace shake, they falling down and then they find themselves in a room or a secret place. And yes, they are covered with the Grimace shake. While the TikTok videos are fake, it might still be a true story. But before I tell you that, so like this video and subscribe with the notification bell on. Also, Grimace has subscribed to my channel with the notification bell on, so if Grimace liked this video and he's subscribed, why you won't? So like, subscribe. If you do that, I will drink the Grimace shake by myself. These shakes aren't available in the Netherlands. Yes, I'm living in the Netherlands, but only in America. But I work behind the scenes to get this drink somehow. Now, let's start with the story. It all began on a desert island in 1972, near Miami. And this island had something special. The sand was purple instead of white or yellow. This island has been around for a long time, but has never been discovered by humans. The story itself took place in Miami. Before this island was discovered, there was a group of 5 children who enjoyed building a pirate-themed boat with swords, fire and everything. After building it, they testing the boat on the beach and decided to sail. It was a private beach where hardly anyone come. The 5 children set sail to play pirates. However, after about half an hour, a violent storm began. They lost control of the rowboat and the boat went far out of the sea. But it remained stable and didn't sink. It was built that well. The children became unconscious. When they woke up, they found themselves on the desert island. Or at least, they thought it was deserted. They took the weapons and looked for someone. But after an hour of searching, they ended up in a cave. They decided to enter the cave and heard a growling sound in the distance. They walked toward the sound, and when they arrived, they saw a pair of glowing eyes. When they shine a light on them, they turned out to be a couple of those purple creatures called Grimace. The children were aggressive and attacked these 3 Grimaces. The Grimaces cried a lot and they tried to escape, but one Grimace wasn't able to flee and got seriously injured. The children kidnapped the Grimace and returned to the damaged boat. Although the Grimace wanted to repair the ship, it wasn't well received. The other 2 Grimaces tried to inform the island that a threat had entered, and they all afraid for their lives. They set sail with the Grimace because the children want to go back, but they tormented the Grimace. Then another storm came, causing the Grimace and the children to fall off the boat. They lost each other. A few hours later, Grimace ended up on a private beach in Miami, but he was all alone. He started searching for his friends, but he just to be found in the distance. There was a man in the car. Grimace saw the man, but he was terrified, because after that situation, humans were considered a threat. Grimace stood behind the man, and the man turned around, started and afraid of him. But Grimace looked quite sad. Which the man found pitiful, he decided to take Grimace to McDonald's, where he met Ronald McDonald. He liked Ronald McDonald a lot, and they became best friends. McDonald's also loved Grimace, so they decided to make commercials together for the newest Grimace shake.
Get yourself ready for a trip through McDonald's land.
It was a gloomy day in McDonald land because the evil Grimace had grabbed all the cups.
Where's the Coke? Where are the shakes? So we can have some triple thick shakes and icy cold Coca-Cola.
It was 2 years later, 1974. It was a highlight for Grimace. His shakes were selling well, but there was one problem. Many children were very scared of Grimace, and he could sense it. Grimace often stood in the kitchen making his own shake, but the children either looked at him very fearfully or angrily. He felt sad initially when this happened, but eventually, Grimace decided to put a certain sleep or vomit substance in the shakes for these mean people. This happened recently at 11 PM. McDonald's was empty and only Grimace was working since he was the mascot. 2 children came in, but he recognized them since they had kidnapped him before. They asked for a Grimace shake in a threatening tone, as they wanted to discredit it. Grimace looked very sad but gave them a shake that was already prepared with the substances. The 2 children started drinking the shake at the table, but after 2 minutes, they felt unwell. They say, "See, this is just garbage," and started vomiting. Grimace knew about this and laughing very hard. The children ran towards Grimace with a threatening tone, but they fell asleep when they entered the kitchen. Grimace took these children to the basement of the McDonald's, and since then, these 2 children has been missing forever. The next day, there was a lot of commotion about these 2 children. They were last seen on camera entering McDonald's at 11 PM, but they never reappeared. The parents were panicking and starting a search. The McDonald's headquarters checked who was on duty since since there was no internal cameras. It was only Grimace who was working. So McDonald's asked Grimace if he knew anything. He didn't. That's what he said. Some people in the town wanted to start a witch hunt against Grimace to banish him because they didn't find him child-friendly. Others wanted to keep him. There was a huge dilemma. So they democratically decided whether Grimace could stay or not. A few weeks later, the results were in. It was true. 50.10% wants to keep him, while 49.99% wanted him gone. This means he could stay. 7 years later, in 1981, Grimace got a new commercial where he and Ronald met as babies and got to know each other.
I really thought Grimace couldn't stop, so off I went to save him. Frank, come in, little purple kid. Purple? Wee! Friends forever.
At McDonald's.
This commercial went viral, making Grimace incredibly popular again, especially among the children who all wanted to take pictures with him. One teenager could not handle this. The same evening, Grimace was working at the McDonald's and was holding a meet and greet. However, one teenager tried to sabotage him. He set off the fire alarm, causing everyone to run away except Grimace himself. He stood his ground. The bully went inside McDonald's and tried to attack Grimace, but Grimace won't accept it anymore. Grimace recognized the teenager and was very hungry. When the teenager tried to beat him up, Grimace bit him. And since then, the teenager went missing. He was one of the teenagers who came to the Grimace Island. 20 years later, in 2002, there was a job interview with two guys. Grimace panicked and didn't want to do this because he was known as a positive mascot alongside Ronald. Unfortunately, the manager wasn't aware and hired the two guys. 1 week later, Grimace disappeared completely from the picture. No one talked about him anymore. The shakes were gone, the mascots, and everything else. Grimace was abducted again, but this time in the basement of the McDonald's by these two guys. They said, "Remember me? Why did you let my 3 friends go missing again? Isn't this suspicious?" Grimace was crying and was imprisoned for 21 years. People asked where he was, but the McDonald's manager kept it secret. Probably because they didn't know each other. 2 months ago, on June 12, 2023, it was Grimace's birthday. The two employees were still working there, but Grimace didn't remember what they looked like. He was released from the basement with a note saying he could make his shakes again. And he celebrated 5's second birthday.
And since he's had a birthday, he's always had it at McDonald's. All invited to the party with a special shake to celebrate.
But now there was a huge TikTok trend where people drink his shake and then disappear, covered in slime. Could this be Grimace's revenge? Or does he just want to get back at these people? Grimace is fed up with humanity. He found out to the manager's file how those two bullies looked. As they're now 60 years old, they want to move on. But Grimace seeks revenge. He made those two people drink his shake. They fall asleep and he brought them to the basement to finish them off. Now the trend is spreading on TikTok and Grimace is fed up with humanity. The question now is, how long will Grimace continue with this? And will this harassment ever stop? Or is this the beginning of everything? Unfortunately, I feel so bad for Grimace. He had a bad time on this beach and oh my god. But I hope everything will be okay, and yes, and give a big hurt for Grimace in the comments. This is the end of the Grimace story. I hope you liked this video and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on just for more stories. And I will see you back in a new video. Goodbye.